Welcome to Cheap Wine and 29. I'm sorry it's been so long since my last video, but I'm just so busy. Before we kick things off, let's find out what I'm drinking today. Old Vine Hogshead Shiraz from South Australia. Cost me $11.95. That's really good. Would recommend. Okay, so what's been happening? Well, I've actually found something that is more important to me than cat cushions, scarves, wine, and even penis. And that is, of course, Pokemon. Now, unless you've been living in a cave under a rock somewhere with no internet, you probably already know that Pokemon Go has swept the world and become this massive craze that everyone's doing. And it should come as no surprise to you that I too have got swept up in the Pokemon Go phenomenon. The first week it came out, I devoted every second of my spare time to going out and catching Pokemon. I was out there, early hours in the morning, 2 a.m, 3 a.m, trudging through the mud in the rain with an umbrella, battling the cold, battling the elements on the South Perth foreshore, Kings Park, random parks and places I've never even been to. I even put together a posse of people and drove to Wanneroo to go hunt for Pokemon. It was out of control, and there were thousands of people everywhere doing it. Everywhere you look, people on their phones catching Pokemon. It was even on the news. There was big walk through the city where they had to close off streets. There's been events at nightclubs. There has been even a Pokemon pub crawl, which I went on last weekend. Take a look at this. I'm currently on a Pokemon Go pub crawl with a few hundred people. And basically we are going from pub to pub to pub with discounted drinks, catching Pokemon. There you go. What? This whole Pokemon thing has really taken off, but I just wanted to say for the record that I was playing it before it was cool. All these bandwagoners who think they're Pokemon Masters now. Alright, I am the original Pokemon Master. I even have the shirt to prove it. Alright, Pokemon Master right here. But yeah, it's going to be a messy afternoon because I've been to 1 out of 8 pubs and yeah. Oh, you're my best friend. In a world we must defend. Pokemon, catch 'em up. So needless to say, it's getting a little bit out of control. Everywhere you look, it doesn't matter what time of the day it is, 2 p.m. in the city, or 2 a.m. in Kings Park. There are still people playing this game. And it has become a little bit like gang warfare. There are actually carloads of people driving around, battling for gyms, yelling insults at rival teams. I'm Team Mystic, by the way, obviously the best team. Big shout out to all my teammates in the blue team, Team Mystic. Some of you are probably sitting there going, what is all the fuss about? I don't get it. It is so lame. Why are people playing Pokemon? And I understand that. You think it's just a game, doesn't mean anything. Why is everyone getting so worked up over it? Well, for some of us, it's not just a game. It is a lifestyle. And I thought I would take you along on a typical day for a Pokemon trainer playing Pokemon Go and what it's like to actually be there in the moment catching Pokemon. Take a look at this. I'm in McCallum Park at South Perth foreshore, and I've been hunting Pokemon all morning. This place is out of control. There is people everywhere on their phones, everywhere you walk, on their rollerblades and their bikes, like families, losers like me by themselves. Everyone's hunting Pokemon. I just caught a Bulbasaur, a Squirtle, and a very fucking exciting. It's windy as fuck. My hair is a fucking mess. I look disgusting. I'm fucking exhausted. I've been running around the park like an idiot. Because now with PokeVision you can actually use the internet to pick out where the Pokemon are. So I've been running around, sweating like a bitch, hunting down Pokemon to catch them all, be the very best, like no one ever was. Okay, this is not a drill. There is a fucking Blastoise near Stirling Highway in South Perth, and I've got less than 12 minutes to get there. I am gunning it to get there in time. Stay tuned, stay tuned. There's a Blastoise and people are running. I'm running through some seedy ass tunnel that smells like shit and feet. Got like 6 minutes. Look at all these people running from every direction to get this Blastoise. I caught the Blastoise. Took me about 20 Ultra Balls and several minutes of heart-stopping stress, but it was worth it. All these people walking on their phones across the park. There is a Pikachu spawning in this park. Yeah, so drove all the way here to Wellington Square to get Pikachu, and it fucking ran away on me. And according to all these upset people behind me, it ran away for them too. So fuck you, Pikachu. Never liked you anyway. Eevee should have been the mascot of Pokemon, not you. Okay, so according to PokeVision, there's a Scyther 8 minutes away in Sir James Mitchell Park in South Perth. Okay, so I'm running to my car and I'm gonna drive there. I got 8 fucking minutes to do it. It's gonna be touch and fucking go, mate. Touch and fucking go. I'm looking so unattractive right now, but I'm about to catch a Scyther, so fingers crossed I can get there in time. I've got about 7 minutes left right now. Yes! We're driving! Yeah, I don't have one! Random British people questioning my methods. That's fine. Haters gonna hate. This Scyther is worth public humiliation. I just did the world's shittest car park. I'm sticking half out into the road, but I don't fucking care. I've got 3 minutes. Okay, I got it. Well, as you can see, the other people have also rocked up to catch a Scyther. I made it with about a minute to spare. That was totally worth it. I'm fucking exhausted. I need a drink. I don't even think it's midday yet, but I need a fucking drink. Pokemon Master, right here. Team Mystic, represent. That day was fucking hectic. I was exhausted after that day. Running around Perth all day, chasing Pokemon. It is a tiring thing being a Pokemon trainer. If you don't believe me, take a look at this. Level 24 for those that care. And scroll down to my jogger badge. I have walked 176.84 kilometers since I started playing this game. Out of control. But my life hasn't just all been about Pokemon. Some of you recently may know that the Cat Cafe has officially opened up in Perth. It is 147 Rockaby Road, Subiaco, so be sure to check it out. They've got about, last time I checked, about 9 cats in there. And it is amazing. You go there and you know what? I'll just show you. Take a look at this. Welcome to Cheek Martin 29. I am here in Perth's first ever Cat Cafe here in Subiaco on Rockaby Road. And basically I'm sitting in a room full of cats and cat toys and cat climbing things, towers and couches. They're into human size under these, so I can just crawl in and do that as well. Basically, you just pay, it's like $8 for half an hour or $12 for an hour, and you just sit in here and play with cats. You can bring your tea and coffee and your food and your cake and your biscuits, whatever. Come in here and just pat cats. Yeah, it's really relaxing. So if you're ever in a bad mood, come to the Cat Cafe and chill out with the cats. This is Ren. She's wearing the cone of shame. Ren, you look very dashing in your cone of shame. The sleeping kitty is getting a brush.
Yeah, and the other twin has got it inverted. Okay. That's how we...
So needless to say, I did try and smuggle some cats out of the building, and I think they cottoned on to me because they actually had to pat me down and check me for cats when I left that place. I was the last one to leave. They were trying to close the doors. It was a little embarrassing, but I do love cats. What can I say? As for my dating life, well, that continues to be an absolute disaster. Look, I'm not going to bitch about anyone on here, but I will give you some advice, alright? If you're going to go on a date with someone and you want to give them a good impression, and you end up going back to your apartment, perhaps don't leave a bottle of lube and a prescription for the HIV PrEP pill just sitting on the kitchen bench for everyone to see. It doesn't really look that great, alright? It gives a pretty bad first impression. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, and one more thing. Don't ever call me daddy, alright? I'm only 29. I'm not old enough to be called daddy yet, alright? I do not have grey hair. Do not have children. I am not in my 50s, alright? So if you're hooking up with me, please, for the love of God, don't call me daddy. Fucking hell. I'm not a daddy. Thank you for watching Cheap Wine and 29. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please like it, share it, subscribe, leave a comment below, and follow me on Instagram. I will see you next time for Cheap Wine and 29.
Oh shit. Oh, I'm so out of shape. I haven't been to the gym in about 6 weeks, but don't tell Mitch that. He'll fucking kill me.